Here we see the sidestep technique being performed by an elite player running with the ball. Note the position of the head, hands and feet. Now let's look at each of the key teaching points for the sidestep. Run directly towards the opponent. When about a meter away from the opponent, plant the forward foot firmly on the ground to one side, transferring the body weight to the foot as you do so. Then push hard off the planted foot to spring to the other side. Plant the opposite foot and continue forward in the new direction. Note that the player should only use 4 steps in which to perform the technique. This is a basic drill to practice the sidestep technique off both feet. Place 2 cones approximately 15 meters apart. Place 4 markers at regular intervals between the cones, the first and third to one side and the second and fourth to the other. In turn, each player walks forward and sidesteps each marker, sidestepping to the left of the markers to the right and to the right of the markers to the left. The players should concentrate on firmly planting the forward foot, pushing to the side and continuing forward on the new path. Continue the drill over and back for a set time. As the players improve, challenge them to perform the drill at a jog. This basic drill to practice the sidestep technique of both feet introduces an opponent. Place 2 cones approximately 10 meters apart. 3 players line up behind 1 cone. The 4th player is positioned midway between the cones. Each player in turn must approach and sidestep the middle player and continue to the far cone. The middle player does not move or attempt to block the sidestepping player. Continue over and back for a set time. The players should practice sidestepping of both the left and right feet. To progress the drill, introduce a ball. Encourage the players to use the outside hand to bounce the ball as they move out of the sidestep. This is an intermediate drill to practice the sidestep technique. Divide the players into groups of 6, 1 ball per group. 5 players line up behind a cone. The 6th player from each group takes up position approximately 5 meters from the line of players. Each player in turn jogs forward, takes 1 bounce and sidesteps the player in the middle who does not attempt to tackle. The jogging player then goes to the end of the channel and returns to the end of the line for the next player to repeat the drill. After a set time, change the player in the middle. This is an intermediate drill to practice the sidestep technique. Place 2 cones approximately 15 meters apart. Place 4 poles or markers at regular intervals between the cones, the first and third to one side and the second and fourth to the other. The players line up behind one of the cones. In turn, each player jogs forward and sidesteps each marker, sidestepping to the left of the markers to the right and to the right of the markers to the left. As they sidestep each pole, the players should use the outside hand to bounce the ball as they move out of the sidestep. Continue the drill over and back for a set time. As the players improve, challenge them to increase the pace of the drill. This is a fun game to develop the sidestep technique. Mark out a grid 15 meters long by 10 meters wide. Place a number of hoops or obstacles within the grid. Divide the players into 2 equal teams, one at either end of the grid. Give each player a ball. On the whistle, all the players jog through the grid, attempting to avoid the opposing team players and the obstacles. If a player touches an obstacle or a player from the opposing team, they must leave the grid. Repeat the drill until all the players have left the grid or for a set time. This is a gameplay drill to develop the sidestep technique. Mark out a grid 20 to 25 meters by 15 meters. Mark a zone approximately 5 meters wide across the center of the grid. To pass the defending player, the attackers use the sidestep technique, bouncing the ball with the outside hand as they pass. Initially, the defending players may move left and right, but may not tackle the attacking players or the ball. As the attacking players progress, increase the opposition provided by the defending players. Not transferring the weight to the planted foot is a common error when learning the sidestep technique. Transferring weight to the planted foot is the key to deceiving the opponent that this is the direction the player intends to move. To correct this error, ensure the player transfers their weight onto the forward foot as they approach the opponent. Playing the ball during the sidestep is another common error when performing the sidestep. This may slow down the player or leave the ball open to interception by the opponent. To correct this error, ensure the ball is played by bouncing or toe tapping before approaching the opponent. Move past the opponent with the ball well secured. Taking too many steps to get past the opponent is another common error when performing the sidestep. To correct this error, ensure the player plants the forward foot clearly to one side when approaching the opponent. The player should only use 4 steps in which to perform the technique.